I'm out and about with Stinky Dog. She's having a good sniff around, but the reason we are at this particular spot is because, oh, mind my fingers, this stuff. This here is wild garlic. I've shown you this before. I've done a couple of videos on wild garlic, but as we go further down this pathway, we get to the mother lode. Looks like someone's been here picking before me. I don't tend to pick from near the path because of dogs, so I'm going to be picking at the back. Don't pick and pull out full plants. Just pick what you need, a little bit from each plant, and I'm going to see what I can make later. This is what disappoints me about people when they come and pick wild things. Look at that whole patch in the middle. Absolutely mullered. Instead of just taking a little bit from each plant, they've just hacked at it. What a shame. So I brought in all the greens that we got, all this lovely, lovely stuff. And we've literally just washed it and it's just draining in the colander at the moment. We're going to do a simple dish with this time. We're going to do a risotto. It's going to be a mushroom and wild garlic risotto. If you want a more complex dish, I'm going to put some links at the end of the video to other things that I've made in the past. So that's pesto, butters, bread, soups, and you can see those. So the first thing I've done is I have cooked off these mushrooms in a pan. And these are I just broke them up into the pan. It's so much easier than slicing them. And the next thing we're going to do is I have diced some onion, and that's going to go in next. Now, the reason I've done the mushrooms first and not the onion and then added the mushrooms is you can find the mushrooms kind of, because of the colour of them, they can make your stock and everything go quite dark and grey looking. So we're going to take these out and do everything, and we're going to add the mushrooms near to the end. So next is just frying off the mushrooms. No, frying off the onions. So now what we've done is we've chopped the onions into tiny pieces, so a real fine dice, and we've sauteed these off in the pan, and we're going to add our rice now. Now you can use arborio rice, and there's one called I can't remember what it's called. I'm actually using some paella rice. It's basically a small grain rice. So there we go. There's about 150 to 200 grams of rice in there. Now what you want to do is just let this toast for a minute. So I'm just going to, there we go. Give that a shake. In the meantime, I have boiled the kettle. My mushrooms are over there. I have got a stock cube ready for going in there. And we're just going to let this rice just do its little thing just for a minute. So now what you'll notice is, do you see how some of the rice has, let me see, there is white, and then some of it is starting to go a little bit translucent, and you can see inside the kernels a little bit more. That's when the rice is toasting, and you want to give it a little shake and a little move around. And that works really, really well. And we're going to put in just this stock cube. This is just a basic vegetable stock cube. I'm not using, if you've watched my videos before, not using my bouillon powder because it's just too intense of a flavour. Now, if you've watched risotto being cooked on different cooking shows, they add a little bit of stock, move it around, a little bit of stock, move it around, keep it moving, keep it moving. No, just add more stock, or add your stock cube as I've done. There we go. Just give it a mush, give it a mix. All you want to do is really just give it time to soak up the water. So you don't want this on like a rapid boil. You want it on a lower heat. So I'm turning this down. This is Not a fully closed, but just like between high and low, so midway. Let it do its thing. Come back and stir it every 3-4 minutes. Give it an opportunity to kind of creamify it up. We're not going to add the mushrooms till the end. We are going to add a little bit of nutritional yeast in lieu of Parmesan cheese, because that would often go in there. And we are also going to chop up our wild garlic to go nearer to the end. So just keep an eye on this. Add a little bit more water if it needs it. Don't let it dry out. That's the main thing. Don't let it dry out. Pointy finger means it's important. There we go. So we've pulled in quite a bit of liquid. So pour in a little bit of liquid, let it soak up. Pour in a little bit of liquid, let it soak up. We're going to put in a good handful of our lovely leafy garlic. And that's basically it. Easy as nice and flavourful, not too, nothing too intensive to cook. I hope you enjoyed watching how to make that lovely simple risotto with the wild garlic. It turned out so tasty and was so good. It is so simple to make. I have got other risotto recipes on here as well. I will put a link in the description box below. I've still got, as you can see, wild garlic left, so I will be making that probably into some pesto and possibly doing maybe a bit of garlic butter. If you're interested in other garlic recipes for the wild garlic that I've made before, I will pop a link up here to have a look at those. And I also made a wild garlic soup a little while back. I'll pop a link to that one over there. Anyway, put in the comments below if you've got any other ideas of what to do with the wild garlic. If you heard a noise in the background there, that was just my toast popping up. It's time for lunch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.